So welcome to The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, a Let's Play by Link6616, my awakening as a Let's Player. So, Eagle's Tower. In prepping for this episode, I found this a real blast. It was such a nice challenge. It wasn't terribly long either, but I really think that this dungeon is a great example of what you can do without resorting to silly little things like just having lots of keys and things like that. There are actually very few locked doors in this dungeon, which I found really surprising, to be honest. Because a lot of the complex dungeons seem to have lots of keys and so on. This has a lot of things to keep in mind, but not so much lots of keys. The mirror shield, however, is not an interesting item. In fact, you'll barely find that you even need it during this entire dungeon. Doesn't mean it's totally trivial, but it's just not interesting. I've said a few times that these blocks tend to get a little bit more used in the Oracle games. This dungeon actually uses them pretty well for almost the entire time. So, now I don't think we need to do this right away, but we might as well. So these things are really annoying. I did deal with them in the first dungeon, I think. No, I skipped over it because I couldn't get it right. I'm rather terrible at this. Let's try it again, and hope that I don't need to do it multiple times, as in... I have no objection with this type of enemy, I am just really bad at picking the right times for these things. Right, now hopefully I don't need to go down again, because you've only really you have to do that every single time you go back to the floor of the dungeon. Oh, no. Fine, we'll redo it. Is there anything around here that I can do? No. Okay then. Be calm. This is a decently complex dungeon. Oh, that's worth noting. You can see we have 4 floors to the side here. That's 4 separate floors that are clearly identified and very well maintained, unlike other dungeons where it's sort of a bit loosey-goosey in terms of when you're actually on which floor. There is a coherence to it, but it's not a terribly deep one. Anyway, well, let's try doing this the other way around. We'll get through most of this first, and then finish off. So, what we're currently trying to do, you'll see in a moment that there are pillars in each region of the dungeon, of this floor. We're trying to break them all down so that we can actually access all of the top floor. If we explore this dungeon a bit more thoroughly, we can actually see the full complexity of the top few floors. However, you don't actually really need to explore the dungeon that deeply to require those top floors. Now then, let's just put that down there. Oh, we can't do that. But no matter. But what we can do... So a lot of this dungeon's interesting stuff involves not only knowing where to go, but working out alternate ways to get to each of the different rooms to allow us to actually use this bowl to hit things. So we want to just throw that just there, a little bit further down. That's where we want it. Because we're going to need to get down that side, which we can cheat and just do a diagonal jump. In fact, let's do that right away. No need to be more complicated. As you can see, once again, the core issue of just having too many items and not enough inventory space crops up once again. But regardless, we shall persevere. I know it's very troubling to have to spend a few extra minutes with a really great Zelda game. But somehow, we shall cope. Now that's not so important, so we need to work our way around. Now, can we do it from this floor, or do we need to go down again? Let me think. Now, I did do some pre-play for this, however, there's a lot going on in this dungeon, so the pre-play's probably screwed me over more than it's actually helped me. Although I do have a little bit of a game plan here, in terms of which order to approach the things in. When I say things, I mean the pillars that support the dungeon. What I like is that this dungeon does have a good go at playing with the conventions of what floors are, which in Zelda's very short history at this point, I'm not so sure really did. Like, Link to the Past had lots of floors and you jump between them. But this dungeon, by collecting pillars, you actually crush two floors into each other, changing their shape forever. Oh yes, this is a Kirby monster. Now, if that's not a direct Nintendo reference, I don't know what is. That's right. So in the previous episodes, I mentioned that the Oracles played much more with this elevation than this particular Zelda does. But I'm wrong. This Zelda does a great job of tinkering with this. I'm really impressed. Stonebeak. Well, there was one thing I actually had to use the Stonebeak to work out how to approach, but we'll get to that when we get to it. But what I need is another one of those crystal balls. Which means going around and round in circles. So this dungeon probably isn't as interesting to watch because... or this episode probably won't be as interesting to watch as others because there's a little bit more meandering because it's a little bit harder to remember exactly where to go at all times because there's a lot to consider. Ah, right. Yes, that does make things more difficult. No. I can't go around that way, so it's back up this way. Do I have a key? No, I don't have a key. I wonder where I get the key for that from. Which is not to say, because I have actually done all this before. But now I'm trying to be efficient. Let's try going up here. Which I didn't do at all in my pre-play, so I probably can't actually do much of any interest up here. Now that looks odd. Oh. I can do the mini-boss right now, apparently. Well, this is very different to how I planned for this episode, but this boss is pretty simple. Sends out waves of ghouls. I'm not sure whether I actually have to kill them or if I can get away with just surviving, but either way. The jumping's not necessary, it just makes me feel like I'm actually accomplishing something. And wait for him to summon more. Rightio then. That's the mini-boss done. Now, I'm pretty confident that I don't have the compass yet. I'm pretty confident that this is the nightmare key of all things, in fact. Yes! Rightio then, moving forwards. I really don't remember what I'm doing anymore, so this will be a wonderful mystery for everyone. Given that I actually don't think I can really do anything more up here, which is true. So, time to go back, pick up these bombs. And redo the switch. Yay, switch! Now, I just need to work out... well, let's try jumping down here, see what happens. That's not quite what I wanted, but it'll do. Sort of. Now I believe my whole intention was to get onto that side. What's up here again? Nothing, so I need to get down and there, which requires me... Well, let's just go down these stairs, so I need to go downstairs anyway. That looks like a good spot to be. Yes, this is the right way for things to go. Yes. And now we have... We fought this boss? That's right, that's where the key is. Ah. But that's good. Which means I could have actually done that a lot quicker, a lot earlier. Oh well. Who cares about life? I've got the blue clothes. And that's that. And let's just check that I'm right by not going this way yet. So we will be needing these guys now. Heart and heart. Excellent. So we need that chest to hookshot to later, but right now that's not important. What's important is going through here. Speeding up. Now, I should have, realistically, not actually taken all that damage. But when you've got the blue clothes and fairly lengthy invulnerability times, it's very tempting to just let it all sink over you like that. And that's that, so let's put a bomb there. And down here. Now, right now, we need to actually shift this orb a little bit of a circle around the dungeon, because right now it can't actually reach the way we need it to go. But neither can we. So let's push that forwards, throw that, and again lift. Oh well, that doesn't matter too much. Provided we don't fall down, that's the important bit that's going to screw us over. Oh no. Why isn't it there? That's never good. I think this means we have to fall down and then go back up, which means a little bit more shenanigans, of course. But we can cope. Now I hope you're not too offended that I use the turbo button a little bit more in this episode, so I am trying to save just a little bit of time, because there's a lot to get through. Right, now hopefully that will have reset the important thing. Why isn't it there? Oh. Is that really all it took? Why, yes it is. Oh well. Let's try this again. Yes, there's not so much to discuss, and this dungeon is a little bit too cerebral to just get away. I really should, in hindsight, have done a post-recording rather than during, I should say, really. But everyone makes these mistakes. But I can throw that there, which is probably not actually the place I need to throw it. Oh well. And spam the boomerang. Right, and Ugh. Right, well, regardless. I now remember where I actually need to throw that this time round. And because there's not so many enemies, I can get away with not having the sort of boomerang all the time. But I apologize for wasting your time in portions of this video because I can't imagine this being the most fun thing to watch. Right. And that goes here. Then we fall down. And then we go up and around. Now, I'm pretty confident I should be using more specific nouns here and there, so that you actually know where I'm going up and around from and to, and all those boring things like having a clue where I'm planning to go. But right now, that's not important. What's important is throwing this thing across here. And hearts. And diamond. And diamond. Heart. Diamond. Heart. Right, that's all sorted. Now to just go up and around and not die in any way, not fall anywhere, and we should be pretty much right for finishing this dungeon. Get all the hits. Go here. Now what I like about this solution is that unless you have the chest there, now you can't throw the black orb across. You don't have enough space. It's too much space. If you haven't done the chest though, you can't cross because you can't hookshot it. But the chest only appears when you've killed those things, but the puzzle resets if you go down a floor. So you don't have the luxury of just using alternate stairs, you have to manage it all within the same floor. Which is a bit annoying because it's very difficult to know that this should be how things go, but that's fine, I guess. Now I've compressed the top 2 floors. Not that I think we can actually even see the 4th floor ourselves normally. So now, it's time to work our way up to the 3rd floor. Which isn't terribly difficult. In fact, I can use this teleporter right now to do so. And as you can see, the 4th floor's vanished and we've just got this lovely 3rd floor. And you will have noticed I've only used maybe 1-2 keys. It's a very key-light dungeon in that sense. Which is nice. Because while there's a lot going on in this dungeon, a lot of it's very sensible mental things as opposed to just, oh, I can't go here, I need to go here. Whereas here it's like, I can't go here so I need to go do this and flick this switch so I can go here. Which I suppose is much the same, but it's self-managed in that sense, which makes it a lot different. I really wish I knew who this guy was. It would be a little bit nicer context. Now this is much like the first boss, in fact, in which you can actually lose the battle, I guess is the right word, but not actually die from it, which means the boss's life is reset, but you've also failed, so you have to restart the boss battle many times, depending on how bad you are. So the trick is, after the 3rd hit, he will fly, the bird will start waving its wings in order to push us off the stage. You need to have the mirror shield up and equipped in order to not be blown back very far. Using things like Pegasus boots will actually draw you backwards, which is a very difficult thing to get around. And it's a little bit of a depressing use of the mirror shield, given that it specifically advertises when you get it, I can use this for beams. Now it seems the beak is the actual specific... Although it appears to not matter which direction you face, which is an interesting quirk. Oh well. I'm not going to complain. Well, I could complain a little bit, but I'm not too lazy to complain. I'm always happy to complain. Don't fall off, don't fall off, don't fall off, don't fall off. You see, this is tension. I actually have tension in a Zelda game. Ah! I am an idiot sometimes. Come on. Now I wonder if these lives reset before it's fully through that, since he started a different stage. Your guess is as good as mine, folks. Come on, Link, don't fall off. Good. So our goal really is to stay in this center bit as much as possible to avoid... okay, it doesn't matter which way you face. As you can see, this is why I don't really especially like this boss. Right. But we're getting there. Now, it seems to be this is based off hits and not damage, actually, so I'm not sure if you can... It's every third hit, but it deals more damage, so you can kill the boss faster, having less repetitions of its pattern, or what. But I'm going to assume that that this is about hits primarily for now. Don't fall off, don't fall off, don't fall off, don't fall off. Good. That's... Bye-bye, Link. Come on, quick. Guys, I'm really sorry about this. Come on. It's precisely this that it's precisely to avoid this kind of thing that I try and always pre-play episodes so that I know what I'm doing and things get done. But this time, that's that done. I can't remember having this much difficulty in the past. I must have been a savant as a child. Or much more patient since I'm not doing this for an audience. One of the two. Probably the latter. In fact, yes, the latter. Come on. And that will be a wind current. Which way will he be from? That way. I have found a new respect for the mirror shield. Ah, no, no. Never press down. Never ever press down near that ladder. It's a bad thing to do. When I finish this, I'm going to look at the recording and see how horrifying the eagle was. Ah, this is bad. Don't always charge your spin swing, folks. Which is advice that I proceed to not take the moment I give it to you. Because why would I follow my own advice within the few moments I've given it, when there's clear reason for why I've given it? Yeah. Survive, 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 survive. Attack. This is really thrilling commentary, I'm sure. Stay near the center, do not press down, do not press down, do not press down, hold forwards, do not press down, do not press down, save from ladder, quick press down, will not press down, do not hold spin swing, do not hold spin swing. Come on, come on. Wind. No, not wind. Right, I think we're nearly done here, guys. Now if I don't do anything stupid like pressing down near this ladder, I should be safe. Right, I think we're nearly there. once again, we get that real sort of repetition, emphasis on the idea of dreams, and that this is not just a demise for the bad guys, but a demise for everyone. Which, as I repeat every single episode, I think is a really nice dynamic in storytelling, especially in a franchise that has never been particularly well regarded for its storytelling. Well, that's it for Eagle's Tower. Next episode is going to be a very quick run to the Turtles Rock, and then finally we'll do Turtles Rock and finish the game afterwards. So, thank you very much for watching, and that was Eagle's Tower. I hope you enjoyed the episode.